After just 30 hours of game time, I've completed Ex Astris, and as usual, I have something to say about my experience in Allendale. Before we begin, I feel the need to share that this video is not sponsored. This entire review is my own honest opinion of the game, and Gryphline has had no influence on the video or any of the opinions shared. I encourage you to watch the entire video as it will lay out my experience as well as the pros and the cons of the entire package. Let's get it poppin'. First, let me share what this game exactly is for those who have not seen or heard of the game. Ex Astris is a turn-based action hybrid RPG that released in late February of 2024. The game is exclusive to Android and iOS with the purpose of trying to show that great premium games can be made on mobile devices. Yes, it is a premium game, which means that you must buy the game for $9.99 USD to play it. This game contains about 20 hours of game content for those rushing, but as I shared at the beginning of the video, my total game time upon completion was just under 30 hours. 28 hours to be exact. The game does require an initial sign-in of a free Gryphline account, but only for cloud save functionality. After that, you can play the game offline without any issues. So what's the game about? I'm going to be vague because I do feel like this is an experience worth having, and I'd like you to go in as surprised as I was when playing the game. Ex Astris is a story being told from the perspective of Jan, an earthling sent to the planet of Allendale in search of a sample of the first flower to bloom on this planet. As the game begins, you'll meet V, who will prove as a very significant part of your journey. The journey will teach you about Allendale and the people sent from Earth in search of their own goals and ideals. Jan will learn a lot about herself and the people around her, while you also witness a change in her personality as she learns more about this world and gets closer to V. While I really enjoyed the story, I'll have to be honest with this one. The game was very confusing at times. I don't know if I'm giving Gryphline too much credit or not enough, but it almost felt intentionally confusing at the beginning, which I noticed has turned away a lot of players for better or for worse. However, as the story gets deeper, you start to piece together many different aspects of the story, and it's almost crucial that you play the side quests as well, which is something that I did during my time playing the game, which may have contributed to why I enjoyed the game so much in the end. Combat. Now this has to be the most interesting and exciting aspect of the game due to its turn-based action RPG hybrid style. There are various aspects of the combat that you'll need to pay attention to. The game focuses on combo-oriented action, but you must prepare your combos before even touching the actual combat system. As you earn Astrum, you'll be able to unlock more abilities and stat buffs from your character's specific skill trees. It's very important that you read how the abilities work so that you can chain the combos together, or else you'll end up wasting the AP that you have, which is essential to execute on an ability per turn. If you can properly chain abilities together between characters, you'll end up seeing how crazy this combat system can be, especially when you can complete an entire combo with only about 4 or 5 AP and 9 abilities equipped. Some abilities can grant AP, while others can focus on lifting enemies into the air or pulling them together. It's up to you how to properly chain together the abilities so that you can get the most out of every bit of AP that you have, and maybe even use up all your AP just to earn some of it back for a much larger combo. This combat system also includes a parrying system that will play a huge part in either staggering the enemies or earning your ultimate ability, as well as an energy system that allows you to use special abilities that can break defense and stagger the enemy, or even utilize specific elements in battle. Both ultimate abilities and specials can be used in collaboration with your initial combos, which make this system so fun to play around with till you develop a nice, consistent combo chain. The progression system in this game is very simple to understand as well. You simply need to fight as many enemies as you can to earn Astrum and currency in order to complete the skill tree for each individual character and purchase items needed for crafting. You'll also need to farm materials in the world in order to properly craft Layla keys. The crafting system is used to build daily keys, which provide stat upgrades to each individual character in the game. You kind of have to be good with puzzles to properly piece together the proper stats and place them in slots so that you can get the most out of each individual character. Oh, and let's not forget that you must cook in order to earn specific stat boosts that last until you rest in game or take on too much damage during battle. As for my overall opinion on the game, Ex Astris is fantastic, but that doesn't mean that it's excused from issues. The game starts off very smooth, but you still occasionally see dips in frame rate, and as you get further into the game, you'll find that optimization gets worse and worse. My Red Magic 9 Pro didn't get too hot, but it did struggle in areas that I feel it shouldn't have had any issues with, given I played this on one of the best mobile devices on the market. I also ran into issues where I'd be unable to switch characters during combat in order to parry some of the correct abilities. I don't know if this is intentional or not, but when I would click a specific character, sometimes they do some weird animation that didn't make any sense, as only the main character can parry. Instead, it would look like the other character was trying to parry in a different slot, and as far as I can tell, there's no mechanic for this, so it kind of seems like this is a bug more so than a feature. Another issue that I'd run into is revolving around the subtitles. Since this game is in Japanese or Chinese, whichever one you choose, it's very reliant on you reading the text in the game. Some of that text would read out way too fast before anyone could catch it, including people that was watching me in my chat. So this is another issue that I think should be resolved in any kind of update that they put into the game. So now that I've completed Ex Astris, I still believe that this game is an absolute steal for $9.99 on Android or iOS, as the game is very fun with an incredible combat system and a decent story to follow. I'm going to give two different scores, but first allow me to explain why. I'm going to be honest with you all. There's a little bit of bias since I am a fan of Hypergryph and Gryphline, and I want to support everything that they do as long as I feel like quality is being produced. Since this is the case, the first score will be from that of a fan of Gryphline, and the second score will be from the perspective of a strict reviewer. From the perspective of a fan of Gryphline, I'm gonna have to give this game a 7.5 out of 10. The score is because I enjoyed my entire experience and do not regret a single moment playing this game. From the perspective of a reviewer, I'll have to give this game a 6 out of 10. The reason for this is because I can see where players had a hard time enjoying this game due to lack of optimization, localization issues, and bugs being apparent throughout the entirety of the game. So those are my thoughts and opinions of Ex Astris. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment letting me know what you thought of the video, like and subscribe to simply support the channel, and have a wonderful day. Stay healthy, stay safe, and stay chaotic. Peace out, everyone.